So today we're actually going to start on our belly. We'll come down onto our belly, and you can turn your head to one side. I usually just recommend like one hand on top of the other. Rest your forehead on the back of the hands so you can breathe. But you could turn your head to one side and then switch sides after a few moments. So just taking a few moments to notice your breath, just to feel the breath as it comes and goes. And I know you may have the thought, well, that doesn't do anything. Why do we always do that? But it actually does. You may not feel that there's any change or shift in your experience, but there actually is. So a change in your brain state, nervous system begins to regulate and change. So it's interesting. Sometimes the changes are so subtle, we just don't recognize them. We don't acknowledge them on a conscious level. So just noticing the breath. And then as usual, we use two pranayams, two breathing techniques. So one is Dirga, which is a three-part yogic breathing. So inhale belly, ribs, and then chest. Exhale as you reverse that. And the other one is Ujjayi, which is like like fogging a mirror, but keeping the mouth closed and creating that same sound both on the inhale and the exhale. Okay, good. So we're going to continue that breathing, but then let's do this exercise. I call it kicking your own butt. So we're just going to bend at the knee and do this a few times. Just a dynamic movement. You can do one leg at a time if you prefer, or you can go side to side. It's really up to you. You can do a little bit of both. And what I want you to feel is the front of your thighs. Those are your quads, and that's an area that we're going to be focusing on opening up today. So just feeling those quads as you do this. Okay, so stretching them out a little bit. Good, and then we'll do a quad stretch that is taken from Yin Yoga. It's called cat tail. What we'll do is take the left leg up toward, or the left knee toward the chest on the left side. Prop our head up on the right hand and elbow. Move the right leg back, and then we just bend that knee, grab the foot, and pull the heel in towards the buttocks. Now, hopefully you can do this without strain in your knee. And if you can't, maybe grab a strap and put the strap over your foot. And let's just move a little bit. In Yin, we don't move, but let's just pull it in a bit, let it go, maybe a few different angles. And again, really focusing on the front of the hip and the front of the thigh. What do you feel there as you do this? Okay, good. Let's come out of that and we'll take it over to the other side. So again, I bring my right knee up. I can scoot my left leg back a little bit, just bend that knee. And again, front of the thigh, front of the hip, feeling the stretch, right? And again, if I move my foot here, I don't really feel much. If I put it here, I do, but that's just my body. And please continue with that deep breathing. We're not coordinating the breath and movement just yet, but still making that ocean sound with your breath. Okay, from there, let's go ahead and push back into a tabletop. And we'll do a few of these cat-cows. So one of the things we're focusing on today is some back bend work. So this, what we would call the cow position, is the back bend. And then this is more of a forward bend, what we call the cat, right? The angry cat. So do a few of those. You can also move side to side, Move your head and neck, your shoulders around a little bit. Just loosen everything up. Good, and then let's do another quad stretch here, both together. So exhale, press those hips back. And again, hopefully, I'm hoping you do not feel a stretch in the front of your thighs here. But if you do, and especially if your hips are up here, that just means you have extremely tight quads. Other thing to be mindful of is your knee. So with your knee on the ground, if you have knee problems, this could be problematic. So maybe grab a blanket and put it under there. Okay, let's inhale back to our tabletop position. We exhale to a downward dog. And we will just pedal the feet back and forth, stretching them out. You can roll over the toes, circle those ankles, bend those knees. You might even kick your legs up. Yeah, you can try that. Move that around a little bit. And then let's come into our full expression of the downward dog. I like to see hands about shoulder width, fingers spread wide, the four pads under the fingers firmly planted. The chest draws back toward the toes, feet hip distance, and heels reach toward the ground. Even though they may never touch the ground, they're still reaching down. With our next exhale, we'll walk our feet to our hands, coming into a brief ragdoll. We can dangle there, nodding and shaking the head, swaying the hips, bending the knees. Just giving everything a good stretch here. And then on the inhalation, rolling up to stand, stacking ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels. Now we enter kind of the second phase of our warm-up, which is the Surya Namaskar sun salutations. So feet touching if possible. We inhale, arms up, touch palms, lift the heart. Exhale into forward fold, placing palms flat and bending knees if necessary. Inhale to half lift. You can also take hands to shins, lengthening the spine parallel with the ground. Exhale, planting the hands and stepping to the top of a push-up. Now, I'd like your ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels in one straight line. So this is very common. It's not really plank. So we're going to lower those hips down. Also common is collapsing in the shoulders. So please try and actively press the ground away from you as though you're trying to avoid something that's on the ground. Let's take a deep breath, and as we exhale, drop those knees, bend the arms, come down about halfway, elbows hugging the ribs. Take a breath. And with the next exhale, we'll come the rest of the way down. With the inhale, pressing into the hands, lift the head, neck, and chest. Cobra. With the exhale, lower back down, press back to tabletop first, and then to downward facing dog, lifting the hips up and back. With our next inhale, let's come to the toes between the hands, and as we exhale, make our way to the front of the mat. Inhaling back up to standing back bend, grabbing the right wrist. We exhale into Ardha Chandrasana, stretching our waist, our side. Inhale through center. We exhale to the other side, same thing. Inhale back through center, and exhale to forward fold. Inhale to the half lift, and exhale again, stepping to the top of a push-up. Knees up or down, this time is your choice. Take a deep breath. Exhale halfway down. Inhale, if possible, straighten arms and legs for up dog. Knees are off the ground, legs are active. Otherwise, repeat the cobra. As you exhale, pull those feet in, hips go up and back, and return to down dog. Good, let's do one more. So we inhale to the toes, fill the lungs, exhale, front edge of the mat. We inhale back up to standing back bend, exhale, half moon, inhale center, exhale half moon, Inhale, center, and exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Good. So the knees are back, the hips are down, and I'd like you to feel the work that happens in the legs. The next exhale, let's release into a forward fold. Inhale to half lift, and if possible, exhale, bottom of the push-up. Otherwise, just repeat the vinyasa as we did it one of the last 2 times. All right, good. So we're back in our downward dog. And here, let's bring our feet to touch. Inhale the right leg up and back. And exhale, bring that knee toward the belly, out to the right, and back behind a few times. And then do a few in the opposite direction. Good. Then take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, place that foot between the hands and inhale up into Ashta Chandrasana, the crescent lunge. Okay, so the front foot and knee point straight ahead. The knee is lunging directly over that heel. That right thigh is approaching parallel. It may never get there, but that's the direction it's moving in. You can see that back leg is nice and straight, the heel pressing down. Left hip forward, right hip back. And those arms are up and back, framing the ears. Okay, this pose usually has a little bit of a back bend element to it. The crescent is in my back here. So try and lift those shoulders, lift the chest, shoulders up and back, gaze up. Good, let's take a deep breath. We exhale, bottom of the push-up and vinyasa back to down dog. You'll see me skipping vinyasas, and that's because I have to talk and teach the class. So I can't do that if I get out of breath. Okay, side 2, feet touch. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, the knee toward your belly, to the left and back behind. So just imagine you're making big circles here. Do a few in each direction. Then let's take a nice deep breath. Exhale that foot between the hands, and we inhale to crescent lunge on the other side. Now we'll hold it for a few breaths this first time, and then the next time around we'll do more of a dynamic flow. So I'd like you to feel this pose in your legs. Again, front thigh working. This hip here is stretching. Arms are up and back in a very strong and vital position. Let's take a nice deep breath. We exhale those hands down, bottom of the push-up, making our way back to downward facing dog. Okay, beautiful work, everybody. From here, let's take a nice deep breath and we'll exhale onto our belly. Today's class, we're focusing again on back bends. So let's do our first kind of focused back bend here. So coming down onto your belly, we'll bring our arms out in front of us as if we're diving into a pool. And this is called a half locust. There's several versions of this. This is the one we're doing today. So on your inhale, what I'd like you to do is simply lift your right arm and right leg as high as you can. You can lift your head as well. And then exhale, come back down. Good, inhale, lifting maybe a little higher, and exhale down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, right side only. Exhale down. 2 more times. I may be going a little fast, so just coordinate with your breath. Try and use the full breath for the movement. And then this time we'll hold for a few breaths. Notice what you feel and where you feel it in your body. Good. Exhale, come on down. And side 2, we inhale, left arm, left leg, and exhale down. And then again, using the whole inhale to come all the way up, and using the whole exhale to come all the way down. So really controlled, slow movements. I can definitely feel a lot of heat building as I do this. And that's one of the things we get out of a practice like this. In yoga, it's called tapas. Okay, so left arm, left leg lifted, breathing here. And again, just really coming into the experience fully. What am I feeling? Where do I feel it? And exhale, coming down. Beautiful. From there, you can go straight back to down dog or vinyasa. Back. From our down dog, inhale, toes, look to the hands, exhale, front edge of the mat. Let's inhale up to standing back bend, and we exhale, turning to the right into a chair pose. Inhale back up to standing back bend, exhale to the left, chair pose. Inhale back up, exhale forward fold. Inhale half lift and exhale bottom of the push-up, making your way to downward dog. Okay, beautiful work, everybody. Let's bring our feet to touch. We'll inhale that right leg up and back, three-legged dog pose. So the foot is flexed, the toes, knee, and hip are pointing down. Okay, this orientation of the leg will come back later, so try and remember that. Notice the right hip is down, it's not lifted way up. Look how much higher I can lift that leg. So leg is lifted, but without lifting the hip. Let's take a deep breath, and as we exhale, we'll lunge. I'm going to turn for the sake of the camera. You don't need to turn. And then inhale to a crescent lunge. Good, so we already learned this one. We'll add a little bit of flourish here as we move. So let's exhale our hands down to the heart. This is called a prayer position. As we inhale, we come back up, and this is called stupa. So you can join the palms or have the hands parallel. Notice my feet are just comfortable distance, toes pointing out to the side, wider than hip width though. And then as I exhale, I'll pivot and turn into crescent lunge facing the back. Good, so let's just go through that again. Inhale back up and exhale facing front. So this is a little flow. I'm going to do it a few times, inhaling stupa and exhaling crescent. And just one more time through the whole thing. Now as you do that, I want you to feel the front thigh working and the back hip stretching, okay? Good. From there, let's inhale, arms up. We're going to exhale, bottom of our push-up, making our way to the down dog. Okay, so let's do the side two, the second side of that. So feet touch. We inhale, left leg up and back. And this is three-legged dog pose. Okay, so again, nice and high, lifting the leg, hip down, foot, toes and knee point down. Take a deep breath, exhale as you lunge. Okay, and then you inhale to crescent lunge. We'll exhale, hands to the heart. Good, we inhale, stupa, and then exhale, pivot, and let's again bring our hands to the heart. I'm sorry, I think I was bending my arms. So today we're just going to try and bring our hands to the heart. So inhale, stupa, exhale, crescent with hands to the heart. Good. Inhale, stupa, and exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. A few more times. And again, one of the main things here is what's happening with those legs. So really feel those legs working, okay? Good. Let's inhale those arms up, and we exhale, bottom of the push-up, making our way back to down dog. Okay, from our down dog, let's go ahead and come on down onto our belly. And let's do a full version of the locust. Okay, so the arms can be here, they can be out to the sides, and they can also sweep back. Okay, so the sweeping back is about the easiest, so you can inhale up and just lift those arms and legs. If you want to work harder, then sweep the arms forward, but keep the upper body lifted. Notice what you feel in your back and your shoulders though. So if that does not feel good in your body, you can sweep those arms back. Good. Let's take one more breath here. We'll exhale, come on down. And then you can vinyasa or go straight back to your down dog. From downward dog, we'll inhale to the toes and we exhale front edge of our mat. Inhaling up to standing back bend. Exhale as we twist to the right. Inhale back up. Exhale, twisting left. Inhale back up. And this time we'll take a deeper twist to the right. Okay, so hips down, reaching through the crown of the head, shoulder back, gaze up. I call this prayer twist, okay, because my hands are in a prayer position. Now you can stay there, or if you like, can open up the arms and drop down into this arm balance called side crow. Hands are shoulder width, gaze forward, and you just gradually shift weight from the feet to the hands, bouncing on the hands, okay? And the full pose is with one point of contact here at the knee, but many people find it easier with 2 points of contact. One at the hip, one at the knee. Okay, let's inhale back up. Standing back bend, and we exhale, twisting to the other side. Now again, I can stay here, I can stay here, or I can try the arm balance. And just try and hold whatever it is you choose. So if you're choosing the arm balance, you try and take a few breaths there. If you're standing in the prayer twist, then you take a few breaths there, okay? All right, beautiful. Let's inhale back up to our standing back bend. We exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, maybe a crow pose here. And exhale, bottom of your push-up, making your way back to the downward dog. Okay, so from down dog, let's bring our feet to touch. We'll inhale that right leg up and back. Let's exhale the right knee and just tap the right arm. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale the knee to the nose, the chin, or the forehead. Inhale up and back. Exhale to the opposite arm. Kick that foot out, drop that back heel. Inhale that left arm up, and that's called a fallen triangle. Make sure that right shoulder is engaged. Exhale that hand down. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. Good. Again, I'll turn just for the camera. You don't need to turn. Inhale, crescent lunge. Let's exhale, hands to the heart, as we did before. Then we'll inhale to stupa, and let's exhale to this position, which is goddess. The knees and the heels are pointing out to the sides. Okay, and again, I have my hands at the heart. Usually goddess is done like that, but today we're doing it like this. Okay, so again, I feel those thighs working, so it's not up here, which is really easy. Knees over the heels, knees back, right? Toes and knees pointing out to the sides. Good. So inhale back up, and we'll exhale, pivot into our crescent with the hands at the heart. Good, and then we'll turn that into a flow. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent, facing front again. Good. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent, facing the back. Good. Again, inhale and exhale, goddess. Inhale and exhale, crescent, facing front. And the last time, inhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then we'll come back to the front. Inhale, goddess, and inhale, crescent. Good. So inhale those arms up. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way back to down dog. Okay, side 2, feet touch. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee touches the left arm or as close as you can get it. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale to the nose, chin, or forehead. Inhale up and back. Exhale, opposite side. We kick it out and inhale that arm up. Fallen triangle. All right, nice strong left shoulder. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale to stupa. Exhale, goddess, hands at the heart. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent, facing the back of the mat. Good. Inhale, stupa. Exhale to the goddess. Good. Inhale. And exhale, facing front again. Good. One more time through that whole thing. Deep, slow breathing, right? And our movement matches the breath. So not moving too quickly or too aggressively, too jaggedly, I might say. Beautiful. Let's inhale those arms up and we exhale, bottom of the push-up. Okay, let's take a look at another back bend. What do you say? So we exhale down onto the belly, mouth, chin, or forehead on the mat. Now, this may not be for you. So if you have issues with your knee or your ankles or your hips, this may aggravate that. Same with your shoulder, okay? So if you can't do this, you repeat one of the last 2 back bends, the half locust or the full locust. All right, and then this time, let's look at a half bow. So we bend the right knee, reach back, grab that foot, okay? The left arm can extend out in front. And then inhale, I kick up and back, right? Now the foot can flex or point, either's fine with me. Holding ankle, foot, or shin. Lifting that head, lifting the chest. Now notice my left hand and leg are still on the ground, okay? Breathing here, feeling here. Good, exhale, come on down. Take a breath, relax. Bending the left knee, we reach back, grab that foot. And then inhale, kicking up and back. So most of the work is in the leg. Okay, so you should feel that leg maybe burning, fatiguing. Good, exhale, come on down, relax, take a breath. And then pressing back, or Vinyasa, back to down dog. From down dog, let's inhale toes, we exhale front edge of the mat. Inhale up to the standing back bend. We exhale and just twist to the right. Inhale up, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale up, and again, prayer twist to the right. So again, if I don't want to do any arm balances, I just hang out here, okay? Hang out here, breathe here. It's a nice twist. You can keep working that twist. If you didn't try the side crow on the first time, now's another chance. Maybe you feel a little more warmed up, you feel ready for that. You can come into your side crow. If you're ready to take it a step further, try straightening both legs together, not apart. That's a different pose. Okay, so both legs are straight and together, and that's called Dvipada Kondinasana. It's a really challenging arm balance. So again, instead of immediately splitting those legs apart, which I actually think is easier, try and meet the challenge of keeping those legs together. Beautiful. Let's inhale back up, and we exhale off to the other side. Okay, left side, inhale those arms up. And again, either staying in the twist, coming into side crow until you feel really comfortable with that. And then once you do, you can try the Dvipada Kondinasana, take it up a notch. And don't worry about trying to do everything perfectly, okay? So I think perfection is the enemy of the good. So don't worry about perfection, just try your best. Always do your best. Okay, let's inhale back up. Woo. Standing back bend, exhale forward fold. Inhale to half lift, and we make our way back to down dog again. I'll be skipping because I'm already a bit out of breath. All right, from here, let's bring our feet to touch. Inhale that right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open up the hip, and just maybe we can flip that dog over. Okay, make sure this shoulder feels good, and let's move the other shoulder around. This is an asymmetrical back bend. And then as we exhale, we'll bring that foot between the hands. Again, I'll turn just so I can keep facing the camera. Inhale up into crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Then inhale, sweeping up. And exhale to the goddess. Good. Inhale, sweeping up. And exhale, crescent lunge facing back. Good. And then either hands at your heart or arms overhead. We'll kick off the back leg into warrior three. Okay, so warrior three, you want that back foot flexed, toes, knee, and hip pointing down. Hands at the heart. Leg and chest parallel. All right. Then we bring that foot back down. And then inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Good. Inhale back up. Exhale, crescent, hands at heart. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, back down, crescent. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess with hands at heart. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent facing back. Inhale, warrior three. Maybe not perfect. Exhale, back to crescent. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess with hands at the heart. Inhale, back up, stupa. Exhale, crescent facing front. Inhale, warrior three. Good. Exhale, back down. One more time through the whole thing. So inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent with hands at heart. And then inhale, warrior three. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Good. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent facing front. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, bottom of the push-up. Good. Make your way back to down dog. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Okay, everybody, you're doing great. Let's bring those feet to touch. We'll inhale that left leg up and back, bending the knee, opening the hip, and we can flip that dog over, move that arm in the air a little. Let's give things a good stretch. Good. And then from there, we exhale to a crescent, and we inhale up to the full expression of the pose. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale to our stupa. Exhale, goddess with hands at the heart. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, crescent facing the back of the room. Then we inhale to warrior three. Exhale to crescent. Inhale, arms up, stupa. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, straighten the arms and legs, stupa. Exhale, crescent. Good. Inhale, warrior three. And exhale, crescent. Inhale to stupa. Exhale, hands to heart, goddess. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, facing them back. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, hands to heart, goddess. Inhale, back up. Exhale, front, crescent. And inhale, warrior three. Good. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to downward facing dog. All right. From there, let's come on down with our next exhale onto our belly. Again, mouth, chin, or forehead on the mat. Now, as I said last time, if bending your knees and grabbing your ankles is not something you can do safely, then you will simply repeat the locust, right, with the arms and legs just lifting up, okay? Otherwise, we bend those knees. Again, I can hold my feet, my ankles, my shins, my feet can point or flex. If you have any kind of difficulty with the knees or the back, you might try that. It can change the experience quite a bit. For our next inhale, let's kick up and back into our floor bow. And if you want, you can rock on your belly. Good. Exhale, come on down. Let's take a breath, relax. And then from there, you can press back or do a vinyasa as you come back to your downward dog. From down dog, let's inhale toes. We'll exhale front edge of our mat. And we'll inhale up to standing back bend. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale up, exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale up, prayer twist to the right. Okay, again, you could stay here. You can drop down and do a side crow. You can try the Dvipada Kondyanasana. Or you can try this one, which is Eka Pada Kondyanasana, so the one-legged sage Kondyana pose. Good. We inhale back up. Standing back bend, so really let it go completely. And exhale, prayer twist to the other side. Again, several options, staying here. Opening the arms. Side crow. Two-legged sage pose. Or one-legged sage pose. Okay? Those are your options. Again, do your best. Notice if there's a lot of fear involved. You might want to take a look at that. Good. From there, let's go ahead and make our way down onto, let's see. Let's go ahead and come onto our back. Okay, so we'll lay down, laying back, and take a few breaths there. What I'd like you to do is drop your knees in. Feet are hip distance or maybe a little wider. It's okay. And you can just rest your upper body, arms, palms up. And this is called constructive rest. And we'll come back to this. So again, my knees are I'm knock-kneed. Okay, my knees are together. So notice your breathing. Try and bring back that ocean sound, deep breathing. And we'll do a few deeper, potentially deeper back bends. Legs are very powerful and the ground is very powerful. So we're going to combine these two together to do some really deep back bend work here. So pressing into the feet, we lift those hips up. Okay, feet and knees, hip distance, and notice that my feet are more or less underneath my knees. My knees and feet, again, hip distance apart. Now you can put the arms here. I like bringing the arms underneath, interlacing fingers, joining palms, and shrugging the shoulders under. I tuck the chin slightly, but I keep the back of my head and neck on the earth. So nice long neck. Okay, so squeezing the butt, really lifting those hips, but being mindful of the back and the knees. Okay, so we don't want to feel it in those areas. This is called bridge or Setsu Bandhasana. Let's take one more breath. We'll exhale and gradually come back down, and we'll return to constructive rest. So knees together, feet apart. Good. Okay, let's try another. So this time, if you'd like to go a little deeper, the legs are essentially the same as the bridge that we just did, but you can bring your arms alongside your head. The exact distance of your hands is going to vary based on your shoulders and the shape of your shoulder joint. So if you have any trouble with this, especially in the upper body, you might experiment with hands a little wider, hands a little more narrow. Find the position that is appropriate for your body. And then essentially just pressing into your hands and feet simultaneously, you lift up into this position, which is called a wheel or upward bow. Good, taking a few breaths and then gradually coming down. Again, constructive rest. Beautiful. Okay, now let's see if we can do one more. You can take it a little deeper if you didn't do wheel that time, but now you feel strong and warmed up, like you want to try it. Go ahead. I'm not going to do wheel again. That's a lot of work for me. So this time I'm going to do a bridge. But one fun thing to try in your bridge or wheel is simply to lift one leg up at a time. Try and keep those hips lifted. Good. And if you want, you can do that a few times. Okay, and then when you're done, again, coming back down with an exhale, dropping the knees for constructive rest. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to begin unwinding from that. Let's bring our right leg in. Give it a little squeeze, move it around a little bit. Okay, this is a leg cradle. If you find a sweet spot, pause there, take a few breaths. And then placing the right foot on your left knee, or left thigh rather, not on the knee, above the knee. Okay, we extend the right arm to the right, and then we gently guide the right knee to the left with the hand. Now the knee may or may not touch the ground. That's unimportant. If the knee is in the air, you don't like that, you don't like the way it feels, does it feel stable? Put a block under the knee, a yoga block. Looking away from the knee, breath is still active. Okay, so we aren't doing passive breathing yet. Good. Let's bring those hips back down. We'll extend that leg up and exhale, gradually lowering that leg, the right leg to meet the left leg. Okay, nice and slow. Good. Let's bring that left leg in. Give it a little squeeze, move it around a little bit. Notice what you feel in the front of your hip, in your low back, those areas especially. If you find a sweet spot, take a few breaths. And then let's take that foot onto the opposite thigh. Once again, we can extend the left arm to the left and guide the left knee to the right. Good. Let's inhale, extend that leg up, and exhale as we bring that leg down to meet the other leg. Beautiful. Okay, let's bring legs in, give them a little squeeze, and we'll rock up to seated. Okay, coming to seated, let's go ahead and bring our feet to touch, soles of feet together. Okay, this is Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. So feet are touching, pull those heels in nice and close, drop those knees down. And then you can hold the feet if you like. You can also bring your arms up on the inhale and then exhale, folding forward. If you're holding the feet, you might gently press your elbows into your knees and get a slightly deeper stretch that way. You can also open the inside edges of the feet like you're opening pages on a book. That might give you a deeper stretch as well. Good. Let's bring our arms by the ears. We'll inhale and come back up. And exhale, relax those arms. Let's take the right leg out straight, left foot to the inside of the thigh. Inhale those arms up, and exhale as you fold over your right leg. I'd like you to feel a stretch in the back of your right thigh. Okay, folding forward over that leg, breathing into that stretch. Good, arm to the ears, inhale back up, and exhale, relax those arms. Let's switch legs. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. So inhale those arms back up. We're going to exhale, relax both arms. Let's go ahead and take both legs out straight now. This is called Paschimottanasana. Some people, if you have a generous backside, then you may want to pull the flesh from underneath the sits bones there so that you're really firmly grounded. And something I'd like you to notice just that my back is straight. So a lot of people, when their legs are straight, their back is rounded. Okay, so your spine is much more important than your legs. So we're going to straighten that spine and bend the knees if necessary. Let's inhale those arms up, and we exhale into a nice forward fold. Feeling that stretch along the back side of the body. In yoga, that's called the western side of the body. Good, arms to the ears. We inhale back up. And exhale, we relax those arms. Good. From there, with our legs still straight in front, let's inhale, arms out. We exhale, gradually rolling back. Good. Once you get there, let's draw those legs in again. Give them a nice squeeze. And then we'll do a slightly deeper twist, so arms out to the side, right knee over the left. You can lock ankles if you want, but that's definitely not required. And we drop those knees down to the left. Now we can let that breath be natural. Good, we'll inhale those knees back to center. Let's unwind the legs, reverse the cross. So left over right, down to the right. Good, we inhale those knees back to center. Let's give our legs a little squeeze. Can make some circles. Can rock side to side or forward and back. Up to you. And then when you feel ready, we'll splay out onto your mat. Heels apart, palms up, head centered, chin tucked in slightly, eyes closed. If you have a phone handy or a timer, go ahead and set that for 6 minutes is my recommendation. And spend the next 6 minutes in stillness, relaxing on your back.